Pick called. Needs to be caught. It does. OverDrive in white with the disc. Right now, OverDrive leading 6-3, as you can see on your screen. OverDrive from Ontario, GT area, Mofo from Prairies. Thank you for joining us. If you are joining us for the live stream here on I'm Ultimate, this is the bronze game and a stall down violation and just a really quick throwaway. And it looks like it's going to be a turnover. It is. And Mofo is going to be starting out with the disc. Pick called upfield or violation. They weren't really ready. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. Okay, because of the stall down, the disc is coming down over here. Wasn't contested. It looks like everyone's just moving with no violation calls. And thrown away right away as well. There's another call. This game's slowed down just a little bit. And an injury. She's going to be coming off the field. Hope she is okay. We're still setting up a little bit at this time. So wandering around. Injury number 26, Mastin. We're ultra prepared this tournament. We have binoculars. Going to be having a number of commentators as well on the stream. Expect Alex Bush to be coming shortly for the Junior Open Finals, which will happen a couple games from now because this is the bronze game. Upline. It's caught. Swung to the middle. Well, not too far to the middle. Still on the line. Going up line. And just tipped off. She hit the ground a little bit hard there. It was number 77. She's back on her feet. Looking for Huck. Oh, it looked like it was going to be a turn, but somehow caught. Mofo started out pretty strong. And good box out. Looking. Gets to the middle. Now she's setting up. They're still in horizontal. They need to move to an end zone. Good handler, upline cuts. Still nothing in the middle. Oh, and just pulled in, and it's being called in by the observers. And Mofo get a break. It's now 6-4, OverDrive leading. If you are watching us on the live stream, thank you for joining us. We're just going to be adjusting our audio levels a little bit because I think we might be a little bit loud. This stream is available in HD if you upgrade your quality. So give that a go. And we are right now, as we said, in the bronze level match. We haven't hit halftime. We should be getting to that. We're a good number of viewers as well right now, so Again, thanks to those that have joined us. Been hearing some interesting news from the Ottawa folks about what's been going on in the Junior Open. It looks like Vancouver will be in the finals. And I expect a few other updates to come through. This is the bronze level match for junior women's. And will be followed up by the juniors women's first place match, and then finally the Junior Open. It's a good poll, but the flood stack is a little bit late. The huck goes up. It was initially read as an under, but well adjusted. Timeout called. And it's a good timeout call. And we get another little break, quick little break. If you do see any issues or you want to contact us, do so on Twitter, please. And I am Ultimate. If you are watching, please be sure to subscribe if you can. The more people that YouTube knows that are watching, the more likely it is that everything will continue to function without interruption. Stream quality should also be pretty decent. And all systems are a go from this end. I think we'll double check who the observers are, but close side is Linda Kudo. Far side sounds like Yakov, but I'm not quite sure about that. Vertical stack setup was working well. The handler movement worked well as well. Said well quite a few times there. Just getting warmed up. Mofo with the disc. Very cloggy outfield, looking for a handler dump. Good coverage. Comes out into the space. The sideline, that was great upfield coverage by OverDrive. And they'll get the disc back after the turnover, after the timeout. Home force called for. Number 77 picks up the disc. Up line. Rescued. Does another upline shot. And OverDrive with the point. Yes, and the far side observer is Yakov. They're having a quick chat. As well, observers do chat quite a bit, and we will discuss all of that quite soon. But 7-4 now. The OverDrive lead. Having a chat on the sideline. So the observers have been responsible for educating in addition to making active calls, and they've been helping with the rules. They've been helping ensure that the if there's any sort of rude behavior, that there are instantly penalties and notes being made. But I know that there's been a number of PMFs and TMFs, well, maybe not PMFs, but TMFs being given out throughout the tournament. We'll find out more about that on Sunday. As is tradition, we get a number of guests in the broadcast area. We'll have Rahil Suleiman, and we'll also have Nathan Dandurand, super friend, player on Furious, who's been taking a little bit of a break this season, and however will be the primary commentator. So he'll be interviewing a number of people and giving you some bilingual commentary as well. I'll be giving you unilingual commentary, primarily trash talk. No, I joke. But anyways, this is Tushar Singh for I Am Ultimate. We are here in the third place game in the junior women's division. Second year that this is run. Last year, first year was in Victoria, but this is the first time the juniors division has also been accelerated, moved forward. Overdrive zone pays off with a deep puck. It's not challenged, and that is half. And Mofo a little bit. Awesome. You guys avoided it perfectly. But the third man doesn't. So we're just having crowds adjusting. And that'll happen throughout the tournament. Not really a big deal. All right, let's recap the first half in case you did miss it, which you probably did for most of it. It was a 2-0 start for OverDrive. Mofo came back as well strong, and it was stayed fairly close for the next few points. And then there was a big pull away by OverDrive, as you can see. 8-4 now at half. They've been rolling along. Mofo needs to get their offense moving. The OverDrive D has been taking away unders. They've brought zone. They've brought good, hard person-to-person coverage. And I think this is an issue that, a change in strategy that Mofo has not been able to get around. You can see some captains in the middle chatting about it. In any case, we're going to take a... Okay, apparently a very short halftime break taken. I'm back on the correct microphone. And we're not going to be able to take our halftime break, which is okay. Kind of used still to the under 23. Ooh, rescued there. That was important, but OverDrive in white with the zone coverage, and they're going to have to do a lot of pop plays. Puts one over the top, and it goes out of bounds. It's tough. That just might have just slipped out a little bit. Yakov places it back on the line. They might be, again, we'll get our rosters later. They're arriving via email. And a touch on the disc, but it's maintained. It's fading away. Lots of bodies underneath. A quick bump. Not in. Cleared out, and two defenders get a piece of that. I don't like that. Trying to throw over top. It's like, oh, but there's a stoppage call way back down the field. Oh, and the disc is coming all the way back. It was a travel call. And if this was a travel call, this is where you go to the observers. Because if you go to the observers, it's going to be a completion in favor. Otherwise, like, possession's going to remain no matter what. If you're watching, you're at home, and you ever play with observers, and someone calls travel on you, and you don't think you traveled, as in you're pretty sure you didn't travel, go to the observer. Very simply, if the observer says, yes, you did travel, then the disc comes back to you. If they say you didn't travel, then the disc goes back downfield. Those are it. Those are the only negative elements. Oh, and that's just a phenomenal big grab. And it's a point. And OverDrive start the half out with a break. That's a big break. It's again going to continue to adjust our audio levels here. Bring the loudness down, because I think it is rather loud at your end. In any case, thanks for joining us. We are up to more than a handful of users. Yeah, thanks to those that are watching. Yeah, we've got a phenomenal internet connection here, like absolutely fantastic. We'll see what ends up happening and whether we can maintain it. If not, we'll drop our connection and then keep going. We've got independent units here as well, so the filming machine will still make it available afterwards. If you do see a baby carriage on the field right now, that is Margot. So Carla is one of the coaches of this team. Carla DeFilippo, as you know, quite active in the GTA. Many players starting to filter into the stadium as well. There's going to be a captain's meeting, but we're going to have a large crowd for the women's gold medal match and then the open match. There's a crash in the cup there. Mofo being able to move it a little bit, but that's about the maximum they've been able to move it right there, about 15 meters against this zone. And now the sideline trap, dangerous position. Oh, and in that, an off-balance throw ends up a little bit behind. And OverDrive, once again, looking to drive forward and instantly moving it further. Mofo know there's a zone coming, but they haven't adjusted yet, so it'll be an issue. Break, goes in the end zone. It is in. And OverDrive now in a commanding lead in this game and extend to 10-4. This is not an ideal position for them to be in. I think we can pretty much all agree to that. OverDrive from GTA, an Ontario team. Mofo, Prairies, known for being from the Winnipeg area. It's primarily Manitoba. Okay, so what will Mofo do? We've seen zone for the last 5 points from OverDrive. And it's been rather tight. It looks to be a standard cup. Almost all of the turns have come right around the cup as well. There has been one huck. We saw an attempted upfield, but it floated out of bounds. It was received by the Mofo player, but in an out-of-bounds position. So how would you beat a zone in this? Well, quite honestly, hammers and blades. About the best way to beat zones. There isn't any wind to speak of. It's humid. It's mid-20s. It's fantastic weather. Overcast. There was a light drizzle a few minutes ago, or around halftime. Now there's a man just OverDrive switching it up, and a good grab. It's going to be a travel call. It's going to get set and come back in. It's looking for options. Flipped into the end zone, just out of reach. And just a bit of a timing issue. For 5 seconds now to bring it back to the front. Yakov with an excellent reception there, while counting. And OverDrive back with the disc. Oh, that's some pretty footwork to go up line. And there's another cycle. This is a big issue for Mofo and how to actually fix that. And a drop. The hucks have not been the best for OD. Been a little bit off balance. captain's meeting is going to be held shortly, so there is a little bit of a crowd assembling, which should give us a good atmosphere for the finals that are coming up. These teams have played 2 hard days of Ultimate, Monday and Tuesday. In the lead up, they've had 2 games already today, I believe. And OverDrive sticking with the man defense, and ultimately an easy heads-up D. They can go up line. There's a lot of pivot motion with the handlers. I don't necessarily understand that. This is a little bit more calm now. Upfield is just jogging. It's been a longer point. Good dump. Again, not much handler motion. Oh, that would have been a great D, and it ends up being a good one. And the cutter's ready to go immediately, deep downfield. The handler's coming back. I like the instinct, though. Lots of players deep, needs to cycle back now. Oh, and that's going to be a bit of an injury. Immediately, players go to their knees. And it's tough. If it's a tiring point, I think she might have just hit her face on the turf, and this is a turf field. Should not be affected by any weather. And plenty of tall trees around to attract the lightning, so the field should be completely safe to play on. In case this is your first time joining, that was a little bit of sarcasm. Not much, though. OverDrive back with the disc. Horizontal-ish stack. I'm not sure what's going on. This is starting to become a point of exhaustion. And Mofo on another collision. And once again, just giving them time. Juniors really this interesting kind of, they go to the knees. They show a lot of respect. And this is a way to develop that care. Adults division, we lose that immediately. Talking about what the call might have been. Okay, Carla taking her player out. Putting in some fresh legs. Disc is going back. It's contested. Medical is on the sideline to take a look at some of the players that have been going down. To those of you that are watching, we say hello, or at least I say hello, but we shall say hello later. I'm almost guaranteed that Andrew Batchelor is watching. Sorry that you're not here. You are being missed. Wow. Thank you for the donation, Nadine. Very much appreciated. And we have a turnover in the middle of the field. Oh, and that throw just a little bit short. This is probably the longest, messiest point we've had in this game. We should say that this has been a good game. It continues to be one, and those upline cuts are really hurting Mofo because it's just this one kind of little bit of a juke. And they look if there's an upfield biter or not. And because the backs are to the disc, it's a little bit more difficult. Oh, there's deep options. Very messy in the middle. But you can kind of see the fatigue. Oh, she just needed to stay on her feet. The sideline chatter isn't there as much from OverDrive either. Oh, that's a good reception. Oh, and there's no up calls, and Mofo get into the second half. And the lead for OverDrive now 10-5. And Margot is awake. So Carla coaching at the same time. Talk about multitasking. But that's what good Ultimate players can do. This pole might be curving back in. It lands just past half. Half is the yellow line on your screen. Oh, and that still working on disc control in terms of making it go low to high and floating or hovering at one point. Lots of movement. Decides to go deep a little bit late. Defender did have a shot in positioning, but decided to go. Oh, and there was a tap on that disc. And Mofo break. That's an excellent break for them. It's now 10-6. They've got a little bit of momentum. OverDrive just with a pass that went a little bit far, but as I said, disc control. Making it hover in one place for a little bit longer. Gets it through the intermediary path faster. After this game, stream will stay live, but timeout taken now by OverDrive. Thank you to everyone that's watching. We're almost at 50 viewers presently. I guess in terms of concurrent. Yeah, Alex, these girls are good. I think, well, more than anything, I've been watching the development quite a bit over the last few years. And certainly the girls have advanced and gotten better, and that's been also the investment from the Ultimate communities here and a concentration by Ultimate Canada on juniors development. What game is this, Kirsten? This is the third place game for the junior women's division. The tournament website might call them junior girls, but this is the junior women's division. And it is quite exciting. We're having the finals coming up next, and as I was quite busy setting up, I do apologize. I don't have the names for who is in the finals at this time, but we'll have that information for you shortly and updated on the screen. When we do transition between the games, there'll just be a quick be right back symbol, or as I update data on the screen, etc. As I start the screen recording for the next game and so forth. My plan is to get all the finals posted online as quickly as possible as well. So Mofo on a 2-point streak. They need to close the gap. Game goes to 15. Pole. Missed it. Sorry. But disc is coming in right here. Wasn't a drop. I think that's Erica moves it forward. She's been on the O-line. She was at the high school championships as well with Northern. That's a good huck. And it's now going to be a boxing. And right on the line, 2 options. Needs to dump. Taking confidently. And floaty. And overdrive. It's OB. So turnover. And Mofo get a chance to make it 3 in a row. Disc coming in. No upline cut doesn't work. There's no bail either. There's no fill, as people would say in the sport. And there is a slough upfield. Lots of space. Oh, it just snagged. Fingertip. This is going to be brought in. Easy pass to the middle. The continuation cuts are a little bit late. The timing isn't quite there, and a good run through D. Is there a call? It didn't feel like there should be a call, but I don't have as good a perspective as others. There's an injury or catch up. Just comes back. Position reset happening. And it looks like it's going to be Vortex in as one of the teams in the women's final. And it's going to be, quite sure what that symbol is. Regardless, I'll have that information for you shortly. And that was a probably high stall count. This goes up, but it's coming back. No, it's going to be a turnover downfield. It's going to be against West Coast. Calling for no hucks. It's low and there's pressure. This is good movement by Mofo. Oh, and it's not in. It's not in. She needs to bring it back to the line. And now that's in. And as you could probably have heard, the crowd exploded a little bit there. And Mofo, 3 breaks in a row. or not, 3 points in a row. So 2 breaks in a row makes it 10-7.
I got more syllables than the one I was thinking of originally.
Ah, yes.
Is this the same observer they had last game? Wow. He doesn't like
I wonder which Marin this is. Jarrett Marin lets me know that Wildcard and Vortex are in the junior women's final. And just going to get you a little bit of information now on those two teams. Vortex from BC, the number 1 seed. Wildcard from BC, the number 3 seed. Right now in the bronze finals, we have OverDrive from Ontario, 2nd seed, versus Mofo from the Prairies in the 4th seed. So, the top 4 swapping around a little bit in order, but not really much unexpected here. So good, strong programs, having good showings. And there's a timeout being taken by OverDrive. And this is important. They just need to focus and get back what they had, because they've given up 3 points in a row, and they haven't been they haven't been unintentional or necessarily forced turnovers. Just taking a quick food break there. I have to remember to always keep eating. Score now 10-7. And the pole rolls out at midfield, or approximately there. There's a collision there. That wasn't really that was a little bit tough. Giving the player space. It looks to be her arm. She's holding her elbow. The coach just going to be walking through and talking her through that. Disc did appear to be caught. She seems to be okay and getting up. So she's holding still her arm and her elbow. And a foul called. It's going to be going back. That's number 10 Snyder, who went down, who's now back on her feet. Looking for options, needs to get it, gets a midfield pass. That might not have been the intended receiver. And kudos if it was. And these are just laser passes that are happening up the line. There's no float on them. A good D. Snyder was the receiver, intended receiver. She's still favoring or nursing that left arm. You can't feel, but there's a collapse. There should be a poach player in the middle. It is swung. Back to the far side of the field. Force is home, which is this side of the field. End zone called for because they're still in a horizontal. And that break throw a little bit wide. An overdrive not connecting like they were through much of this game. Their defense still pretty good though.
I'm not sure what the rules are there. So you see off to me, but yeah. Should be automatic rule.
Pressure on the sideline. Backpedaling player. And the D's made. There was a pocket in between all the defenders. It's a tough target. This break throw is not working out for overdrive. There's a deep crowd calling for the huck. It would have been a good option. And Snyder once again forced to go to the ground and missing out. Oh, hamburgers are available outside. I will need to take that break after this game to go get drinks. And there's a foul called. So foul called, it's going to go right back. Options are, comes in at 6. Fine, that's one of the first breaks that's worked out. Gets a touch on it. And Mofo moving with more energy now. It's their second wind. Looking for something in the middle of the field. That's what you like to hear from a handler. Directions.
No, you gotta run sideways.
It's still moving up close to the line. Not many options upfield, but now there's an over the top. Oh, and it ends up being an unfortunate pass into just a cluster of overdrive players. But still no cuts downfield and no options back. Looks like it's coming down to a couple players who are going to be able to get this point. And overdrive needs this. Otherwise, they've been broken 3 points in a row and would have been the 4th against them. Good upfield. No timeouts really available. Don't want to burn another one at this time. Need to set up into a vertical faster. There's so many handlers back, so much pressure. And there's not much urgency upfield either. Running on fumes. Let's see. Everything that happened in the last 10 passes is now void because there's something going on back downfield. Okay, so the play is going to come all the way back. How many viewers? We've peaked at about 48 viewers for this final. Let's see if we can get more because this bronze match. Junior women's is starting soon, and we expect more for that final. We've got quite a few in the audience. Looking for options. There's a lot of Poach ED as well. And that throw behind, but it was in the receiver's hand. Looking to collapse, and there's a hit. Who was she covering? There'll probably be a foul call on that one. There is. Doesn't look like it's being contested. Oh, that's a tough drop. There's going to be a Poach player downfield. He calls to jacket from the sideline, and it goes up. And that's an important point for OverDrive. 11-7 the score. Timing important as well on this game. So 2 more finals for today. Lots and lots of ultimate. So Wong asking, Wong 1693 Abel. We peaked at 48. We have 45 right now. Got a few watching the low quality stream. We do have the 720p, so if you have HD available, watch that stream. We're on a timeout right now. That was a long point for both teams. So 47 viewers right now, not bad. We've got a few more than that in the stadium. But yeah, in case you're interested, there is a HD 720p stream available right now. Actually, sorry, it's not a timeout. That is a game on time limit. That came down to hard cap. OverDrive wins 3rd place. Congratulations to OverDrive from GTA. Congrats to Mofo on finishing 4th. It was a tough tournament and long one. Look forward to seeing many of these players in the adult divisions in the future. It's always a weird transition time. We'll chat a little bit more as the stream continues, but stay tuned for the junior women's final, the gold medal match, coming live from the UBC Thunderbird Stadium in overcast Vancouver. Just gonna put up just a hold screen right now. Don't go away. Stream is still live. Just going to adjust a few things and start recording the next game.